order. I will declare that there is a quorum. Everybody is here except trustee Saylor. He is absent. And we will begin to do our pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yep. Sorry, I didn't say that. Don't want to silence afterwards. That's my bad.
Oh, it's kind of given.
All right, number 4, any public comment? Guys think?
No.
Okay.
Nobody online.
Nobody's there. No. Okay, just under president's report, I do have this onboarding packet. It's kind of similar to last year's. The big thing is, there's a lot of job work in there. But the committee assignments and appointments are in there. And then what to do, especially if you're chairman, for agendas and minutes. So making sure that agendas are getting to Kim and Diane on time. So those can get posted in a timely manner. And then same thing for minutes as well. You know, generally I'm the one doing the minutes over here, but just in case I'm not, just make sure that somebody's doing it. And that it gets to Kim and Diane. Just other stuff. I do have a village directory and I have phone numbers and emails for people. I don't have Rick and Lon's in there because it wasn't posted on the website and I'm not going to say it out loud right now. But if you want people to fill in your phone number afterwards, you could do that too.
Okay.
But that way everybody has everybody's contact information too. Because I know that was there's just asking of phone numbers. I just figured it'd be easier. And otherwise, just kind of the same stuff as last year, just some different tips and tricks that I have taken from other municipalities. So you can flip through that for some light reading. Oh, the other thing in here too is if you're gonna be absent, just make sure that you let me know or your chairman know. That way they know that there's enough to make a quorum. And then if you are the chairman of a committee and you're gonna be absent, make sure that you have somebody to do your chair for that meeting. And then again, making sure that there's enough people there for a quorum. I know I'm usually here anyway for a spare that I can jump in, but it is getting to be baseball and softball season at our house. So there might be times where I might need to duck out early or something. So just making sure that we have enough people for a quorum and communicating with everybody so we all are on the same page. All right, number 6, the newly elected officials oath of office. How do we usually do that? Just stand up here all together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And mess up the words continually.
Yeah.
Generally. All right, so
Over there.
trustee Hummel, trustee Fluger, and trustee Zerfler. Come on over.
So arrange it alphabetically by height.
Big robot.
So the,
Okay, so repeat after me then. I, and then state your name, having been elected or appointed to the office of, and then your office.
Having been elected or appointed to the office of
village president.
trustee.
trustee,
Okay, I'll affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
And the Constitution
of the state of Wisconsin, and will faithfully discharge the duties
And will faithfully discharge the duties
of said office to the best of my ability.
of said office to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay. Good. All right. Well, it's official. Alrighty. Joe's done it so many times, I think he has it memorized.
He did. You jumped the gun on that.
I know.
confuse me.
I know, it took me a minute. All right, number 7, election of vice president of the village board conducted by the village clerk. So those of you who haven't done this before, somebody makes a nomination for vice president. If there's more than one nomination, then we vote on it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so are there any nominations?
I'll nominate Lon.
Okay, you accept one? You accept the nomination?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay, any other nominations? Okay, so then I'd ask for a motion to appoint Lon as the vice president.
So move.
Moved by Hummel,
I'll second.
second by Fluger. All, I'm sorry, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Thank you. Congratulations.
congratulations.
Thank you, everyone.
Lucky guy.
Great job. All right, is Nick online yet?
No.
No?
Been not online, have not heard back from his text.
Okay, so we will skip over number 8 for right now to see if Attorney Apps jumps in for his intro to discussion of legal issues and procedures for elected officials. So we'll go to number 9, motion to approve standing committee nominations as presented. So that is the second sheet here. Yeah,
I'll make that motion.
motion by Radke. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Hummel. Any discussion on this? Or just the committee assignments? We'll do the other boards and commissions next. Trustee Zerflu.
Thank you, Madam President. Under public safety, when I had my talk with you last week, I told, asked you to appoint another chairman of that committee,
Mhm.
but I thought I also asked you not to put me on that committee.
So you didn't want to be on it at all? I guess maybe I was confused with I knew the chairman. So I guess the question is, do you want to stay on public safety or?
A whole lot of other places I really want to go with. For the time being.
Okay. Any other discussion points with that?
Scary, isn't it?
Okay, hearing none. I'll make a note of that, trustees are flu. And if something comes up, just talk with me and we can try to rearrange if we need to. Hearing nothing else, there's a motion to approve the standing committee nominations by Radke, second by Hummel. Hummel. There's too many H's. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That one carries. Okay, number 10, the chairman nominations, who I've talked to everybody about this. So trustee Radke, do you accept the nomination for chair for FHR and IT?
I do.
Trustee Hess, do you accept the nomination for the property legislation and planning?
I do.
Thank you. Trustee Fluger, do you accept the nomination for chairman of public safety?
I do.
Public Works, Chairman Saylor, I did email with him earlier. He did say that he would be okay with that. Parks, Recreation and Cemetery, trustee Hummel, do you accept the nomination?
I will, yes.
Thank you. All right. There's that. So just as a reminder, make sure as your chair, making sure that communicating with the department heads that you're working with to make sure that agendas, all the agenda items are getting on the agenda every month and just being in communication with them before and after meetings. Number 11, motion to approve the village president's nominations to other boards, commissions, committees as presented. So this is that bottom half of the sheet. Do you have a motion? Sorry.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Luger. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Hummel. Discussion, I'll start with, I'm just gonna go through the changes here. For the plan commission, trustee Hess is on that. That's generally the chairman for PLB for obvious reasons. And then with Mr. Martinson on there as well, Rob O'Connor. He lives right down here, on the corner here. Said he would be on the plan commission as well for zoning boards, again, Rob O'Connor, and then reappointment of Leo Thomas Guard, for that. Police and Fire Commission, Gary Bloom said that he did not want to re-up his 5-year term. So then I replaced him with Scott Drew, which for obvious reasons, I felt that was fitting, and he was okay with that. And then Bruce Diggles also turned in his resignation so that he can apply to be on the fire department. Obviously, that would be a conflict between that. So Tim Martin, who was a teacher here for a long time, he does have fire background, as well. So that is who I put on Police and Fire Commission. Administrative Review Board, I have trustee Nick Fluger on there. Airport Commission, still trustee Zerflu. Southwood County Airport Height Limitation Zoning Commission, trustee Zerflu, and then Board of Appeals and Nepco Lake District myself. Any questions, comments, concerns about any of those individuals? Or appointments? No? Okay. With that, there's a motion by Fluger, second by Hummel. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That one carries. Okay, we are on to setting the committee calendars for the next month, which kind of started discussion pre-meeting. So Public Works, I believe 5 o'clock on April 23rd, so next Wednesday, correct?
Yes, Chairman Saylor asked it to be the same time like it's been in between the two meetings.
Marty, can't speak up, I can't hear.
Chairman Saylor asked it to be between the public safety and the pit meeting previously, on that same day in between the meetings. So it should be 5 o'clock. So next week, Wednesday would be the first one at 5 o'clock.
Public Safety, the same day, the 23rd, next Wednesday at 4.
That's the intent.
I will not be able to make 4 o'clocks anymore due to a commitment at St. Vincent's.
Okay.
4:30 is the earliest I can make it.
We had talked about compressing, because public safety has been pretty quick the last few. Do we want to go back to a half hour in between?
I think that's fine. And then if we just know that it's gonna be a longer agenda, then we just have to make arrangements otherwise.
Okay, so go
4:30?
5:30 then?
I'm good with that
Okay, 4:30 works for me.
starting next week, and I guess we can move it, like you said, every board meeting, we can discuss it. If there's pressing items for the agenda, we can move things around, but we're starting over, early 4:30 will be the earliest we'll start, no matter what it is, so.
Okay.
Public safety has a lot of things, and we'll have to bump Public Works back to 5:30, I guess.
Sure.
Reasonable.
Parks, Recreation and Cemetery, Chairman Hummel, what are your thoughts for the next meeting?
So what do you think then?
I mean, we've been trying to pick a different date. I guess the only thing is with this week, next week, Wednesday, for the first week, if we wanted to, I guess that's up to you and I guess we could old Eric, but if we wanted to go at 4, we could, but for next week, if we want to get it in, then we can make a decision unless you want to pick a different night. That's totally up to you.
So the PPL and FHR are gonna be on different nights, is that right? I'm just trying to see if I haven't made 3 trips here.
PLP will be after the Public
After
Works.
Public Works.
Okay, so it's the same night.
So next week,
Yeah.
Wednesday would be a jam meeting. I think in the future, maybe we can look to put parks on a different night, but since it's a short week turnaround and there's not gonna be a whole lot on this week's agenda for parks. Probably next month we'll have a little more
Okay,
discuss, but that's your call, but I think
4 o'clock
Yeah.
on the 23rd.
4 o'clock on the 23rd. Okay.
that's okay with you, Nick, and I can reach out to trustee Saylor.
Yeah, that'll work.
Long night. Then PLP, sorry, I did type this wrong. So PLP 4:23 at,
5:30, if they were doing a half an hour.
okay,
If we do half hour, it would be PRC, then public safety, then public works, then PLP.
Correct.
Okay.
Public Works doesn't have this much on this coming meeting
Okay.
either.
So it's pretty much, PLP is gonna be the longest one.
Typically
Typically,
it
didn't
is.
do that one at the.
that makes sense to be the last one then.
Yeah. Okay. And then HR and IT, May 8th.
May 8th,
At
4:30. And usually they're the Thursdays before the board meeting, so Diane can get all the bills approved before.
Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? Otherwise, we will hit the ground running next Wednesday, it looks like.
And with that, I'll, tomorrow morning send an email with the things I have. So we can get those agendas rolling with the holiday weekend. Obviously, we're down on Friday, so get things rolling. So Monday morning, you know, we can get that stuff to Kim and Diane so we get those posted.
Perfect. And then also with the, 'cause I still don't see Nick on here. And I think we've all been around this before, right? Like watch for their walking quorums, making sure that we're doing all that stuff, but I'll see if I think he had a slideshow at one point. So I'll see if he can just send that to all of us with an
Sounds good.
email hitting the topics that he wanted to hit. Anything else from anybody? No? All right.
Okay.
With that, I will adjourn, without objection, I will adjourn the meeting at 6:16.
Thank you very much.
Thank
It
you.
wasn't a 12-minute meeting, but.
Close.
Good. Good.
It's good. Look at that.